Hey guys, welcome back to another Battlefield 6 news video, and we got the gameplay trailer for Season 3 today, which I think is very generous of DICE or of the Battlefield Studios to post it on my birthday, so thanks a lot for that. But all jokes aside, we got this trailer right here, you see it in the background, and we didn't get any blog post this time around. And there was also no preview event or anything, so I don't have any additional information for you that goes beyond this trailer. But we can look at this trailer and there's quite a few things that you can spot there that we can expect to see in Season 3. And we also got the roadmap only 3 weeks ago, so we can also build up on this with this trailer. And the first thing that we're seeing is Golmud Railway, of course. So this will be the first new map that we can see in Season 3, a reimagination of the Battlefield 4 map, Golmud Railway, only this time the name has changed. It's now called Railway to Golmud. The map has changed quite a bit, it got more cover, it got a bigger airspace. It looks basically like a mix of Golmud Railway and Arras from Battlefield 5, and maybe a little bit of Rupture from Battlefield 1, at least when it comes to the colors and the flowers and everything. Then we have the train that is moving as usual on Golmud Railway, so this will still be one single objective, but this time it will work a little bit different. We already talked about this. So in the Battlefield 4 version of the map, the train always moved towards the HQ of the team that was capturing the objective, and now in Battlefield 6 it's the other way around, and the train is moving towards the HQ of the enemy team, so that the enemy team basically has a better chance to recapture this objective. Then in this frame right here, if I'm not completely wrong, I would think that this will be a new character. I'm not 100% familiar with all of the characters that we have right now in Battlefield 6, so I'm very sorry if I'm wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure that this is a new character right here. Then we can already see the new sniper rifle that we will get. If the name sounds familiar to you, this has already been in Battlefield 4 under the same name. Then we also have the M16A4, a new assault rifle. I think this one should be familiar as well. I think it was in several Battlefield games before. And then we're seeing the RPK-74M, so new LMG, also I think one of the most well-known rifles that we've seen in Battlefield before. So they're bringing back 3 weapons that we had in former Battlefield games. They're bringing back Golmud Railway from Battlefield 4. It's not just a remaster though, it's a reimagination, so they rebuilt it as well. They did not just copy it one by one. And the second map that we can expect to see, we also see it in the trailer, is Grand Bazaar from Battlefield 3. But this is also not just a remaster, it's also a remake, it's a reimagination. And that's also why the name has changed, because now it is called Cairo Bazaar. So the settings have changed a bit, the maps were ported to locations that work for Battlefield 6, for the setting that Battlefield 6 has and for its lore. But there's still reimaginations of those classic maps that we've seen in Battlefield 3 and 4. Now moving on to the next interesting frame, it's this one right here, and that actually caught my attention when I watched that trailer for the first time. And here we can see spray paints. So those soldiers obviously are spraying graffitis on the walls, so there is a GG and we can see a watch out as well before they are getting run over by the tank. So I guess that this confirms that we will get a new, well, I think it's a new cosmetic in Season 3, which are spray paints. And I'm sure we will also see this kind of stuff coming to the Battle Pass. Then we have another weapon, which is the PP19, and because they name it after Grand Bazaar and a bit, disconnected from the other 3 weapons, I think that this will be dropping with maybe second content drop in the season and not with the first one. So I think that Golmud Railway, the L115 sniper, the A16, A4 AR and the RPK will drop with the start of the season, and then 4 weeks later with the second content drop we will see Grand Bazaar and the PP19. In addition to this, we will also see 3 new attachments, but they're not showing them here in the trailer. They just wrote this over on Twitter on their post that came with the trailer. What we will also get is a new game mode, or, well, it's kind of new. It's Obliteration that we also know from Battlefield 4. So I'm thinking that this season is going to be like some kind of a throwback to Battlefield 3 and 4. And if you're not familiar with this mode, how it worked in Battlefield 4 is that you have two teams fighting over a bomb, and with this bomb you can destroy or you can arm and destroy an MCOM station. But there is only one bomb active at a time, which basically forces the teams to fight for this one bomb. So it's kind of like a version of Rush, but instead of moving through sectors and you have an attacking and a defending team, you have two teams fighting for one bomb and for one MCOM. And then lastly, we also get Ranked Battle Royale, and this is only the start of Ranked in Battlefield 6. So it starts at Battle Royale Quads, and I think that it will be coming to Battle Royale Duos as well later on, and then at some point it will also come over to multiplayer. So at some point, they were not specific about when this will be, but at some point we will also see ranked multiplayer. And what I also noticed when watching this Battle Royale part is that the soldiers you can see right here in this frame here, for example, are pretty similar to the ones that we're playing in the campaign. So I'm thinking that this squad, I think they were called Dare 1-3, that they're coming to the multiplayer as well. But you probably have to buy them in the store. I cannot imagine that they're coming with a battle pass or anything, but it looks like they're actually coming to the multiplayer. And yeah, that was it for this Season 3 trailer. Like I said before, we don't have any additional information around it in a blog post or anything, but I'm expecting this to be released at some point during this week. But what we got as well today is a small game update, which is 1.2.3.5. It's just a minor one, so this is it. That's not much, but in case you were wondering what was part of this update, I thought we quickly gonna go over it. So what it did is that it corrected issues where desynchronized stance transitions between first person and third person cameras could contribute to some instances of players appearing to die behind cover. They also corrected an issue where the game could become unresponsive when resuming from a suspended state during active gameplay, and they also fixed various crashes and stability issues. For the progression, they fixed an issue where using the third weapon slot as assault could grant XP towards your primary weapon instead of the weapon in hand. So when you are using the weapon sling, then you didn't get any XP towards this weapon sling weapon, but instead to your primary weapon, but this should be fixed now. For the HUD and UI elements, they fixed an issue where the game started UI could be missing when joining Operation Augur after the match had already begun. They updated the end of round screen in Operation to correctly include the Battle Pass. They updated the in-game names for the NATO and PAX dirt bikes. They also updated the name shown for the Strix Raiders squad icon, and they updated the short name shown for the NATO Traverser Mark II in the vehicle customization screen. For the AI, they improved the bot logic to reduce unnecessary redeploying, and then the rest is for RedSec. Here they fix an issue where pressing A and D while spectating could cycle between enemy players instead of Q and E. And here also for the HUD and UI, they fix an issue where the camera could clip beneath the vehicle when switching to the middle seat of the armored transport in Gauntlet. They fixed an issue where the DMR mesh could disappear after a player was revived from a DBNO state, so downed but not out state, so when you're crawling around. And lastly, they also fixed an issue where weapon models could become invisible while customizing your gun during Gauntlet briefing. And that was it for this update, and that was it also for this video. So far, at least map-wise and also weapons-wise, I think the season looks pretty good. Can't wait to get my hands on it and try it out myself, because I'm always a bit skeptical, especially when it comes to the maps, how they actually play out. But Golmud was one of my favorites in Battlefield 4, so I'm actually looking forward to this. And the few matches I played in Battlefield 3 and Grand Bazaar, I enjoyed those as well, so I'm also looking forward to this one. And I think like doing this kind of throwback is actually a pretty nice thing. It has a nice touch. So yeah. if you enjoyed this video right here, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm Catwoman, and you are awesome.